All right, thanks, guys. The Magic take on the Wizards. That's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in the nation's capital. Now, Washington opened up as the 2.5-point favorite. There is no line on the total as of yet. No over-under right now as we speak. So once again, Washington is minus 2.5 when it comes to the spread in this matchup here. Now, Gordon is questionable with those ribs for Orlando. Meanwhile, on the Washington side of things, Dwight Howard's still out indefinitely after breaking his asshole. No, I used that the other day. It's a gluteus injury. Hurt his butt cheek. But anyway, Washington, pretty good against the number as of late. They're perfect 5-0 ATS in their last 5. They're 7-3 straight up in their last 10, taking on Orlando. If you're into historical trends, their offense is scoring 118 points per contest at home. They also rank third in home offensive field goal percentage. They're shooting 49% in the nation's capital. Now, when it comes to this Orlando team, they failed to cover in their last 4 straight. They're also just 1-4 ATS in their last 5 on the road. They're just 13-21 straight up when traveling this year, and they are 19-27 straight up as the official Vegas underdog. So with all that said and done, not going to make a play on the total because there is none, but I think Washington should get the job done at home here. Give me the Washington Wizards minus 2.5, getting the job done against the number. All right, folks. Just going to take a quick time out and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for NBA, college basketball, and the NHL for Wednesday's action. But before we go ahead and move on, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. And man, I'll tell you what, we've been doing really, really well in college basketball as of late. There's also plenty of free content there as well. Essentially, each and every day you're not subscribed to that channel, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information. But once again, plenty of free content on that channel, including my current record in many different categories. So please feel free, just hit that pause button right now, open up your browser, and simply type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a couple of seconds. Link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. With all that said and done, let's go ahead and hop right back into some more lines and personal leans. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Nets at the Thunder, 7 o'clock tip-off in OKC. And another one of those games where we have no line on the total. OKC is minus 7.5 in the early going here. Now, Damari Carroll is questionable for Brooklyn. Travion Graham is out for the Nets as well. Meanwhile, on the OKC side, Markieff Morris is questionable with that neck. They're also, they're 22-9 straight up at home, so pretty good in the Chesapeake Arena. They also rank second in offensive rebounding. OKC, in addition to that, ranks fourth in offensive scoring. They're averaging 115 points per contest. Now, total-wise, like I said, we have none, but I want to just touch on one more thing with Brooklyn. They rank 23rd in defensive rebounding at home, and they also rank 25th out of 30 teams in road offensive field goal percentage. They're shooting just 44% from the field when traveling. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean toward another home favorite in this one. Not real exciting here. Brock Square today. But anyway, give me OKC minus 7.5, getting the job done against the number. Next game, Memphis at Atlanta, 7:30 Eastern tip-off in Atlanta. The Hawks open 1.5, total 221.5. We're seeing movement downward on the spread. We're seeing movement downward on the total. The spread's down to -1. The total is down to 221. So once again, Atlanta open 1.5 down to -1. Total open 221.5 down to 221 even. 61% of the consensus is leaning toward Atlanta. 58% is shaded toward the under. Right now, the Grizzlies are plus 103 on the money line. They do have Bradley, who's listed as questionable for Memphis. Also, Anderson and Jackson are still out indefinitely for the Grizzlies. Now, on the Atlanta side, Omari Spellman is out indefinitely with that ankle still, and they rank last in home points allowed at 119 per game on average. Memphis ranks first in points allowed at 103, so really good on the defensive side of things. They're also a perfect 5-0 ATS in their last 5 games. Now, when it comes to the total, Memphis is 5-2 to the under in their last 7. Atlanta 2-1 to the under in their last 3. I'm going to lean toward the slight road dog in this matchup here. Give me Memphis plus 1 and the under 221 in that game there. Next game, Pistons Heat. 7:30 Eastern tip-off in Miami. The Heat open -2, total 210.5. We're seeing movement downward on the spread. We're seeing movement downward on the total. Miami's now -1, total's down to 210. So once again, Miami open -2, down to -1, total open 210.5, down to 210 even. 57% are leaning Miami, 53% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Detroit Pistons are plus 102 for some money line cash. As far as Miami's concerned, Josh Richardson is questionable with a hammy. They also rank 26th in home scoring and 26th in home offensive field goal percentage. Meanwhile, on the Detroit side of things, they've successfully covered the number in 7 out of their last 9. They also rank 5th in road points allowed. When it comes to the scoring, Detroit 7-3 to the over in their last 10. Miami 7-2 to the over in their last 9. Give me the Detroit Pistons plus 1 and the over 210 in that matchup there. Next game, Warriors-Rockets, 9:30 Eastern tip-off in Houston. Kevin Durant listed as out for tonight's action for Golden State. Having said that, though, the Warriors are 21-11 straight up on the road. They're ranked 9th in road scoring at 118 points per contest in that category there. The Warriors also rank 1st in road field goal percentage. They're shooting 49.2% in that category there. The Warriors also rank 1st in three-point percentage on the road. They're shooting 38.5% when traveling from beyond the arc. Now, total-wise, Houston ranks 27th in home offensive, not total-wise, just in general. Houston ranks 27th in home offensive rebounding. They also rank 27th in home defensive field goal percentage. Their opponents are shooting 47% from the field at the Toyota Center. So with all that said and done, we have no line for this game currently. There are no lines, no spread, no total. But I think Golden State will get the job done on the road here. Give me Golden State in a money line play. Give me Golden State winning this one outright. I say, 115 to 113. We'll keep it close. All right, next and final game for the show. Not for the show, for our NBA slate. It is going to be Utah at Phoenix, 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off in the desert. The Jazz open -7, total 223. We're seeing movement upward on the spread and downward on the total. Now we're looking at 7.5, total 222 and a hook. So once again, Utah open 7, up to -7.5, total open 223, down to 222 and a hook. 62% are leaning toward Utah, 64% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Suns are plus 255 on the money line. Rubio and Nato are both probable for the Jazz. They did fail to cover in 4 out of their last 5. They also rank 20th in offensive scoring and 24th in three-point percentage on the road. And just for the record, the Jazz are 21st in defending the 3-ball on the road as well. Now, Phoenix is 5-0 against the spread in their last 5. They rank 12th in offensive free throw percentage. So if they can get to the stripe, they're typically pretty good from the foul line. So hopefully for them and their backers, they can get fouled tonight. Total-wise, Phoenix 4-1 to the under in their last 5. Utah 5-2 to the under in their last 7. Give me the Suns plus 7.5 and the under 222.5 in that matchup there. It kills me to not buy the hook there, as we are on, I think, day 5 or 6 of Hook Watch 2019. But anyway, let's go ahead and slide into some college basketball. And we are going to begin with the early game noon Eastern time. Clemson